So the most dangerous form of air pollution is PM 2.5. These are ultrafine particles that are floating in the air, and they can enter your lungs and even your bloodstream, causing all kinds of negative consequences for your body. So when we use the AQI to zoom into the Jakarta region, we see that in 2019, air pollution was about 68 micrograms per cubic meter. And what the AQI data show is that if this level of pollution were permanently reduced to meet the WHO guideline of 10 micrograms per cubic meter, the residents of the Jakarta region would see their life expectancies increase by 5 to 6 years. And these estimates are even higher in Bogor and Bandung, where air pollution levels are even higher than what they are in Jakarta. So PM 2.5 is a massive threat to public health in Indonesia. It's a problem that has yet to be fully recognized by the Indonesian public, and it's a problem that will require a great deal of citizen awareness and demand, political will, and execution to solve. There is a lack of real-time pollution data, not just in Jakarta and the different districts and neighborhoods of Jakarta, but across the country. There are very, very few data sources. And citizens need to be made aware of the pollution levels so that they can better defend themselves, which would reduce the health consequences of exposure, and so that they could know whether different kinds of policies that might require changes in their behaviors will actually work. They need to know what the pollution levels are. And so I think we're in a moment where the Indonesian public might be highly responsive to new information about the impacts and the dangers of air pollution. We need to invest in setting up widespread air quality sensors so that all of the information is there about how bad the air quality is at any given point in time. And we also need to find new ways to engage in innovative and creative communications campaigns to really drive home this message that air pollution is one of, if not the greatest threat to human health. Well, some of the first things that Indonesia can do include establishing a clear national air quality standard. So for PM 2.5, the WHO guideline for annual mean concentration is 10 micrograms per cubic meter. Not all countries use the WHO guidelines. So China's national standard is 35, India's national standard is 40, the US national standard is 12, and so on. But it's important to have a clear annual mean concentration standard because that's what's required to hold the government and the regulators and the polluters accountable for their pollution. The second thing that Indonesia could do immediately is improve its air quality monitoring capabilities nationally. Now, there's a whole bunch of other kinds of policies that the Indonesian government could introduce to tackle specific sources of pollution. But one of the sources that needs to be addressed is the coal-fired power plants. So tackling those plants is also a priority. Fossil fuel is the primary contributor to particulate pollution as well as climate change. And so to really fix this problem, the government really has to go for these major sources of pollution. I think that it is important to acknowledge that delivering clean air to Indonesia will cost a lot of money, whether it's investing in public transport, taking old, highly polluting vehicles off of the road, reducing the emissions of existing power plants, or investing in renewable energy, changing agricultural practices. All of these kinds of abatement activities will require a great deal of money. So my hope for Indonesia is that as momentum builds for real policy actions to take place, that the costs of all of these pollution reduction activities will be weighed against the tremendous benefits that could be achieved to Indonesian society from permanently eliminating air pollution. And so I hope that people keep that in mind as they begin to demand a change and look for ways to tackle this problem. Hello, Indonesia. I'm Ken Lee. I'm the director of the Air Quality Life Index at the University of Chicago. Please join the movement to demand clean air from our governments. And please subscribe and follow Bicara Udara for updates on air pollution in Indonesia and for tips on how to get involved.